I would like cutie mark tattoo.
It's Homestuck time, and last time we got up to the condens coming here.
Yeah, we did. So, I'm pretty sure you're asking yourself why there's nothing for you to click to continue.
I just figured you needed to refresh, no?
No. You came from a couple pages back, so anything that should have needed to happen should have already happened. I am going to need you to do me a favor and proceed to the Homestuck Discord.
Discord?
Yes, the Discord.
What?
So, obviously we're not going to show the fans this, but do you see how you can click on the update? And the update's posted and says a page number that is one page after this current page. Please click it.
So it goes to problem sleuth?
So, at this point, technically, in the comic, when it was first in publication, you have now reached the GIGAPAUSE. This is the magical 1 year where we got no new Homestuck content at all. So, in celebration, the Homestuck team has decided to give the new fans their own GIGAPAUSE, if you will. So, for today and the next following week, every update is going to be a Problem Sleuth update.
For a week?
For 1 week, you do not get any new Homestuck, and we must go on the adventure.
They're trying
of
to
Problem
ruin my
Sleuth.
career. What is this?
No. You're going to be doing
I don't want to do
Sleuth.
problem sleuth. What do you mean? Look at this schmuck.
Boys and girls, this is It's Problem Sleuth time, and this is our first read-through. Technically my third read-through. I've only read it twice, and that was during the GIGAPAUSE. I have no idea about the story, though.
This is gonna be terrible.
Welp, Hussy believes you should be going through it.
No wonder people say the fucking. So you're telling me that everyone was about to meet up? It stopped right before Dave and Dirk had their emotional moment, and then it gave us this. No wonder everyone says the Strider cest is so tempting.
So, no. It didn't give us this. That's the thing. Problem Sleuth was a story that was already out before Homestuck. That's why in the beginning chapters of Homestuck, Andrew Hussey is basically self-sucking his dick by having Problem Sleuth posters and references throughout the beginning of Homestuck, because it's referencing his old work. But because there was no new content out, basically if you returned to MSPA and everything like that to try to read anything, you can either reread Homestuck or you reread or you read for the first time Problem Sleuth and Bard Quest, because a lot of the new fans weren't around during the first publications of these things. So now for 1 week, the new fandom gets the moment of realizing, well, maybe we should check out what else Hussey wrote.
No.
Yes.
Compensation adequate. He's already not relatable. I already don't relate to him.
So I'm pretty sure that since the last time I wore the top hat, you were like, oh, did you wear it for Jake? So I'm pretty sure I lulled you into the false sense that you're going to get some Jake again. But
Yeah.
no, it's because these people have fancy hats.
I hate that. What if what did you call it, GIGAPAUSE? What if my GIGAPAUSE consists of me hitting Emerald and League?
No, we still have to read Problem Sleuth. I'm sorry, but apparently we are a content house now. So you need to make this content.
What am I supposed to make content of? The story sucks. There's a reason it's not popular.
What do you mean? This was literally popular before Homestuck. This
No,
is like
it wasn't popular. It was the only thing
it was
he
popular
had
to the
out.
no.
Homestuck got
He also had
popular.
Bard Quest. He had his actual published comic and everything like that.
Okay, this was slightly less garbage. Homestuck became popular.
This was what Homestuck is built on. Literally, the joke of this comic, the first joke of this comic is the exact same first joke of Homestuck.
Well, what if I hit Emerald in League of Legends?
You won't. Actually do something good with your life.
Also, why am I on page 232? Shouldn't it be like page 5 or something?
As I said, Homestuck wasn't Andrew Fursey's first comic. Neither was Problem Sleuth.
Right, but it's
There's
like...
other stuff on the website before this. Those are the lower numbers.
Oh, it wasn't like in separate tabs? It was
No,
just all
it's
bunched
just a
together?
fucking like adding consistent thing.
Yup.
Listen, it was very basic back then.
So what if we do anything but this week?
No. This is kind of the Skypea of One Piece Homestuck relation.
I like Skypea is my favorite arc. I don't know why people keep comparing this. Homestuck has things that are literal like stinking garbage. And actually, to be fair, so does One Piece. I don't know why Skypea is the one that's getting shit.
Because it was early on, people that didn't enjoy it, so they just
I
tried to
didn't
like, skip
enjoy
it.
most of One Piece's arcs, if we're being frank. Skypea was the one I did enjoy.
But yeah, so this is gonna give you some deeper information to like the rest of the
Why?
world.
Oh, why don't we catch up on One Piece?
No.
Dude, anything but this.
No.
This gag feels like being put back into elementary school. Like, I feel like, you know, like an adult that's like graduated, because it's like we've been past this, we've read this like 3 times, and now I'm like back to this like captcha log gag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel out of place. Like, I'm like, I am past this point in the story. Why am I in a 2nd grade classroom right now?
It's again just game mechanics of the world, but also, do you
I
remember?
have read 8,000 or how many pages? 7,000 pages of Homestuck.
6,000 pages, I'd say.
I've read 6,000 pages of Homestuck.
Yeah, and now, and for the longest time, we haven't had the fucking Sylladex inventory systems at all.
It was like a month ago. I remember.
Well, too bad. I remember the Alamo and other random thing. I was gonna make a "We Are Charlie Kirk" reference really quickly because that's big on TikTok and like Subversive and everything. But like, I didn't know how to fit it in there. But if you notice, the key in the gun are switching back and forth. If you recall a specific troll having an item that switches between lipstick and a chainsaw. This is where we see Kanaya's weapon technically first get its appearance. The switching item.
Me later? I also feel like I have to say, this guy fucking loves clowns.
His first, like, actual, like, published comic was an entire clown
I mean,
comic.
all of his, it seems like every single one of his works features clowns in some way.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The first one was all about clowns, so it will then become pervasive through all his shit. So, does this page specifically remind you of your old boss, who, while barely getting any clients or anything in, kept fucking renovating every single office he ever went into? Like, fucking this dude, his desk is cinder blocks and fucking scrap pieces of wood, and he fucking busted $11K on a fucking ethnic diversity mural.
I feel like this is far too much solicitation to be getting during a work. Like, how is this his second note?
This is his office, so that means he's putting them around places. He's the one who has taped these apparently under these random items. This is his office after all. Look, it's what the mayor did. See, you're getting a Homestuck reference. This is what being a hard-boiled problem sleuth is all about. It's about being a strong, silent type, oozing with confidence, charisma, and other fine qualities, such as not being trapped in your own office. It's about having a working phone, a real desk, not one, but 2 steak dinners, and some hysterical broad online yakking about some fellow she's got troubles with. It's always the same thing with dames. You comfort yourself in your sublime fantasy by now, and then saying things into the phone such as, "Now calm down a second, toots," and "Hey, take it easy, sweetheart. I can barely understand a word you're saying." Ring-a-ring. Your call is rudely interrupted by a ringing noise. It can't be the phone because you're already on it.
You're phenomenal, but I'm so not into this comic. You know, it is within our power to get ahead of the updates.
Keep reading.
I don't want to. It's terrible, dude. I hate Problem Sleuth. I'm sorry. Kill me. I know. Everyone loves everything that Andrew Hussey has ever touched, and this has so many fans.
Even Homestuck fans hate Homestuck.
I think everything about Homestuck is perfect. Wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, cool. Keep reading.
I don't want to.
That's too damn bad.
People are taking this time to do class-pect quizzes. That's a way better use of time. Let's do the class-pect quiz.
Read.
don't want to read Problem Sleuth.
I'll get the whip.
No! No, stop it. It started going too fast. What's happening? I can no longer use a computer. I don't know what's happening. No! Problem Sleuth broke my mouse! I have been personally victimized by Problem Sleuth. I know I'm resisting to change. I hate it.
Come on, give it a chance.
I hate it.
Give it a chance. You might like it.
No, I won't. I hate detective shit as is.
Try it.
I didn't even watch the Tumblr Sexy Man one. Absolutely every page of this comic is perfection. No, I don't like this at all.
Do you want me to just fast track read to you so we can go through this a lot faster?
Are you down to do
I mean,
I'll take
I'll
it.
go with Dickens.
Yeah.
It's Astick's office again. He is still on the phone and sounds really slurry. He seems quite upset about a mix-up involving large stone busts instead of some other services he believed he was getting. Bust R Us. He seemed to be wondering if he had the right business card. Feed your Bust R Us card through the slot. You deposit the slot into the Bust R Us card. A little too late, but you realize you should have peed on the card to stick it to Ace. You decide to pee on it anyway. Cutscene time! Ace Dick picks up the card and puts it in his inventory. He considers the card carefully. He calls the number, hoping this one would bring satisfaction. After a little while, some whores show up. It looks like Ace got the better of you once again. Take a swig from your flask of whiskey. Feelings of dejection overwhelm you. You are tired of being shown up by your rival. He gets everything. All the good cases, the women, the ability to open his office door. You'd wager he even enjoys the lion's share of the candy corn. You down a stiff belt of your flask of whiskey. You experience a boost in your imagination.
What happened with the whores?
Oh, some whores came up from Bust R Us, the prostitution service thing that he gave the card for, because the first number that A-Sticks called for Bust R Us was the actual people who, like, clean busts. But then the other Bust R Us that was the more sexually suggestive one is the actual stripper one that he wanted to get some services. Back to the reading. Suddenly, you are entirely dissatisfied with the condition of these horns. It is an absolute disgrace. You won't stand for it. You set about polishing the instruments, but it seems your imagination is too high to construct normal day-to-day activities. You topple some of the horns. The clarinet breaks. It's only there. If only there were a place that you could serve as a poor outlet for such a high degree of imagination until the condition persists. Back to the old fort. In your higher state of imagination, you fall down the stairs. You better get to the safety of anyone out here. Hurry! You feel safe and sound in the cozy confines of your wobbly particle board walls. Drift into the realm of make-believe. You stand in your imaginary office with the mind anything is possible. Your imaginary phone is ringing. You answer the phone in the best Depression-era fast-talking way possible. On the other line is hysterical dame. You tell her to calm down and give you the skinny on what all the hubbub is about. Her answers are vague and one-dimensional. The case is quickly going nowhere. It turns out your imagination sucks. The steak dinners have been sitting out around for a while. They are both spoiled. Gorge yourself on imaginary candy corn. They don't taste as good as the real candy corn. Nevertheless, it gives your pulchitude a small boost. Try to take imaginary gun back into the real world. You pick up the gun. You'd like to bring it back with you, but you cannot fathom how that is possible. Stride confidently through the office door. You exit your office into the hallway. Oh my god, this man is living the life of luxury in his imagination. Go harass Ace Dick. You bust through Ace Dick's imaginary door, rolling up your non-existent sleeves, but he is nowhere to be found. His imaginary room is empty, most likely because Ace is currently not using his imagination. Leave room. Do you see where the dream bubble references come from?
I mean, I saw the Caliborn comparisons. How is this dream bubbles?
You bust into Ace Dick's office, but he's not there because he's not using his imagination. You exit, but not before you leave an imaginary present on the floor. Next. This comic really likes piss. You are now facing south in the hallway. Enter the PI room.
A man of taste.
You hear noises behind the door. It sounds like swing music and riotous times being had. Whoever is in this office probably has a terrific imagination, but the door is locked. Follow the exit sign. Holy shit! High resolution or low resolution graphics, Batman. You feel your imagination beginning to fade, so you hurry downstairs to the imaginary street. You find your motley collection of items which you earlier threw out of the window in a fit of rage, stupidly, or both. Look at your office window. You see a familiar face through the window, a friendly face. Your imagination wears off. You experience the lingering effects of your imagination. Start remains at the same level, but no longer affords you its advantages. However, you remain just as useless in the real world. You're going to need to figure out a way to sober up fast. Chug coffee with no regard for the temperature. You drink the coffee, which is lukewarm. It is foul, bitter, and ridiculously strong. You can only drink a little of it. Your imagination is reduced while your vim enjoys a hearty boost. You feel terrific now, fit as a fiddle, and bursting with coordination. 2 pieces of candy corn fall on the floor. Get that candy corn. Bring! You put the candy corn into your hat. Bring! The phone is ringing again. You better go check that bitch out. Hold the fuck up. The phone is now missing 3 components, making it that much more difficult to answer this call from an undoubtedly hysterical dame. If only you could think of a way to reel in objects from the weird window/Mindspace universe. Flip window upside down and shake to retrieve the phone. Shimmy, shimmy. You try to shake your belongings from the blasted portal. It appears to run on the Etch-a-Sketch technology. Make lasso out of tape and pull phone back in. Use the magnetic tape to form a lasso. Maybe you can reel in your belongings this way. However, you think the tape lasso is way too light and flimsy to throw out the window with any significant distance or accuracy. You need something to weigh it down. Cut to the chase and use the cinder block. You tie the tape to a cinder block using it as an anchor. Throw it out the window. Whee! Examine the mural for hidden clues. He is so lucky this is a mural and not like an actual fake window and not something real, because he would kill people with this. It looks like there are 2 holes in the mural. They are spaced far apart, just wide enough for someone with sensible human anatomy to look through with both eyes. Look through them. You unplug the window again and have a gander. Problem, Sleuth, is impolite, very rude. Leprechaun symbols? Leprechaun symbols? It's an unpleasant note. You can tell using your depth perception that the note is very close, only a few inches from your face. Poke curtain rod at note. Bink! A painting of an elf jostles on the other side. It falls to reveal a safe, and then the safe pops open, revealing a painting of an elf. It is the office of yet another one of your competitors, Pickle Inspector. He looks dazed, as if perhaps he's been trapped in his office for some time. There are strange glasses containing...
I'm trapped.
There are strange glass containers in the corner. You wonder if there might be a business card, worded professionally, of course, for a glass blower somewhere in the office, perhaps taped to something, like a cinder block, or on the back of an elf painting. His office is dark for some reason. You suddenly hear noises come from Ace Dick's office. You figure as long as your office is dark, you might as well check on him through the clown holes. The whore tied Ace Dick up in a chair and stole his phone. The Huggy Bear bust is cracked open, and the treasure, which was undoubtedly stashed inside, has been stolen too. He was probably tortured for this information. Rejoice!
Good. I hope the whores win.
You celebrate by mustering one of your silliest dances you've attempted in hours. Okay, next. Ace Dix hears your shenanigans from the other side. He seems to be pleading for a way to cut the rope. Try to get the Hutch Bust's attention. You can't imagine how you can get a statue's attention. You begin to convert the Hutch Bust, and whatever secrets it guards, climb down the tape to retrieve your things. The reel is way too weak to hold your weight. It'll probably only be able to support the reel and lighter. And reel and lighter objects activated, reel to reel. The reel begins to turn, pulling the tape taut. The cinder block below does not budge. If the tape is retied to a lighter object, it will likely be pulled in through the window automatically. Give Ace a piece of glass to cut the rope. You go into the back room and down the elevator. You slip the glass through the slot. Ace receives a shard of glass. He uses it to cut himself free. You are now Ace Dick. You begin to question this feud you've been embroiled in with your neighbor for so long. After all, he did just give you the number for some honest good-to-God hookers. Even if they did ultimately rob you, he also just helped you escape. Maybe it's time to bury the hatchet and help him out of his office. You feel you should give some supplies from your safe first. Though, if you only could remember the combination, check behind the paper stuck to the front door for combo. You can't pull it off. It's stuck fast. Maybe a heavy object will knock it loose. Throw a hotch bust at it. Using your extraordinary strength due to your unusually high vim characteristic, you lift the bust easily. Throw. You send Owen Wilson paperward. The bus crashes through the window, knocking out an employee of Madame Mural. He was wheeling a portable scaffold into the place to prepare for some mural work. He looks like he is in bad shape now. The hutch had cracked open, exposing riches. It looks like one of the whores may have taken Starsky's sunglasses. The scaffold continues rolling, continuing to stop in front of your door, jamming it shut. You are now trapped in your office too. You and Problem Sleuth will have to work together if you want to escape. Proceed commands for Ace Duke with AD and for Problem Sleuth with PS. AD, reach through window and move scaffolding out of the way. The scaffolding is jammed in place. It seems the brake for the wheel is which triggered after it came to a stop. You can't push it away either. The top just bumps up against the ceiling. There's no climbing out of the window with your poorly frame because of the scaffolding bars. Unless someone comes to help you, or you find a blowtorch to melt through the bars, you're probably not getting out of this office anytime soon. Nice try, though. Okay, forget it then. 80. Pick up Tommy gun. I beg your pardon. 80. Get the phone pieces sitting around. You put the phone parts in your inventory. 80. Slip PS his phone parts. You slip the phone parts to the slot to an awaiting Problem Sleuth. But he is not waiting for them in the dumb waiter. The phone parts fall somewhere into the dark shaft below. Nice work, bonehead McFuckup. 80. Look inside Huggy Bear statue for riches. There is a hammer in the broken Snoop Dogg bust. You place the hammer in your inventory. P.S. Climb halfway out the window, then unplug the window. No, wait, don't do that. You are not sure what you were thinking. P.S. Check behind the clown poster. Behind the poster is another clown drawn directly on the metal. Under the paper is a long game code. This is probably a code you can use to return to a particular state in the game. You put it away in your inventory. 80. Pounce on keys before they disappear. You pick up the ring of keys. Okay, cool. Armed with your Tommy gun, you are a hard-boiled lug. Nobody messes with that tough guy. See? P.S. Go into the dumbwaiter so you can retrieve an item. You go to the dumbwaiter. Ace Dick tries to give you an item, but the hammer is too big to fit into the slot. Ace gives you all his business cards and said in return you give him the collection of unpleasant notes. You recognize both of these notes. You wrote and delivered them to your neighbor to get his goat. One of them has something on the back. He wrote a rebuttal on the other side and taped it to the back of his fake safe for your viewing pleasure. Luckily, the combination to your safe is on this paper. You carelessly compose your notes on this document without noticing. 80. Use it to open safe. You enter the combination. The small compartment opens up to reveal 3 old-fashioned keyholes. 80. Go through a pig painting to see what PS is up to. You have to unplug your large panoramic window from its portable generator first. Unplug the window. Look through holes. Kitty corn vampire, kitty corn vampire, kitty corn vampire, kitty corn vampire. You topple backwards onto your particle board desk. It was supposed to be a couple of smaller busts, including one of your favorite Snoop Dogg from Soul Plane. Throw Snoop Dogg through a big window portal. Hey, look, it's Dave! First, you organize all the particle board into a neat pile to reduce clutter. You ready the Snoop Dogg for throwing. Throw! The bus crumbles against the rigid surface of the unplugged window. There's just no breaking the plane unless it's plugged in. Amidst the rubble is a couple pieces of candy corn and a small key. Examine the crust next to the Snoop Dogg bust. First, you plug the window back in so you stop stubbing your toe on things. Stubbing your toe is known to be brutal on your Pultitude stat? fuck if I know how to say that word. You pick up a crest of brandy. Examine a rope. You pick up the rope. Use Tommy gun on safe keyholes. You use your ring of keys to unlock the keyholes on the safe. Your ring of keys blows a hole in the safe. The safe is open. 80. Throw the hammer through the window. Now that the window is plugged in, you may effectively vent your rage with a heavy object. The hammer shatters the glass and falls on the street, far below your penthouse office suite. 80. Get candy corn in preparation for your own vampire act. You pick up candy corn and small key. Look through the clown picture at Ace. Candy corn vampo! He waited away. Ace Dick ate the candy corn. He is unimaginative, loud, and all around a wet blanket. No candy corn vampire. Ace enjoys a small boost in pulchritude from the candy. His miles pulchritude gauge is now maxed. He inadvertently swallowed a small key along with the candy corn. It is now safely stored in his stomach. A.D. Bill Fort. You figure it's time to do something constructive for a change. Your stout bunker of particle board is a smashing success. The Zoolander chimney is the jewel in its crown. See what you have stashed in the safe. You can't reach that opening. You would stand on the chair, but you didn't think it's quite high enough. Besides, it's now built into your fort, and there's obviously no going back now. Throw the fort out the window. That's the stupidest idea you've ever had. Use the bus as a step to access the safe. By stacking 2 bus stands, you can easily reach the safe opening. Go in. It's your secret hideaway, a great place for ducking into when being persecuted by unscrupulous whores. A curd fumes from the room fill your nostrils. Go up, dumbwaiter. Keep going. The dumbwaiter goes up, revealing the phone parts which had fallen down the shaft earlier. While you are at it, you compose another unpleasant note on the back of one of the others and slip it through the slot. P.S. Get phone parts and hook them up to your phone. Ring, ring. Your phone is now 2/3 complete. It's ringing, yet you're going to need the receiver. Look at those leprechaun bits on the phone. Is a leprechaun bit on the phone. Yeah, candy corn vampire, candy corn vampire. I hopefully I'll put some beats behind this. I don't know, but like candy corn vampire. Exit the dumbwaiter. Open door with lock with Tommy gun. You throw your ring of keys at the lock. They jangle uselessly against the door. You're not sure what you expected was going to happen. You sure can be dumb sometimes. The ring of keys ammo is down to 90%. Pick up the fucking keys. You pick up your Tommy gun. Use rope to escape the office through a window. To the window! You won't need to use the rope to escape through the window. There is a fire escape stairway. You climb onto the generator, out of the window, and onto the stairs. The generator is chugging away. It is fueled by potent green alcohol. Its fuel gauge is at 80%. Go downstairs. Next. The stairs at the end of the roof of an adjacent building. There is an pulley on the other side. There is a small skylight window on the center of the roof. Look in the window. It's Pickle Inspector, the poor sap trapped in his office by that petty bastard problem sleuth. He is currently in his fort. There is no light in his office. His skylight window must not be powered. Next. You suddenly feel weird about standing on the other side of an unpowered window. You feel as though there will probably be metaphysical consequences. A frightening beast has appeared! Now, do you notice something about that frightening beast?
It's the thing on John's shirt.
On Jane's
John's
shirt.
not on John's shirt?
No, that's the... Well, I mean, yeah, kind of,
They're
sort
different?
of. They're a little bit different. Jane's has horns. John's does not. John, is a little bit of a color, thematic version of, Slimer, but it's technically still something from Problem Sleuth.
Okay.
You have a feeling your portly ally is in trouble somehow. You pound against the wall, but the inspector is in his fort, off in his own world. BS, drink whiskey and go into fort. You decide to take the matter up with him directly. You take a hearty swing from your flask of whiskey to boost your imagination and duck into the old fort. AD, address this beast situation. AD, appease the beast by doing the truffle shuffle. Shuffle. In a stirring homage to the tubby boy Chuck in the Goonies, you lift your shirt and proceed the most blubbering and jolting jig you can muster. You are
This is crazy.
by the hunger beast. Quick, we must go back. This was not a good path to take. 80. No, wait, never mind. You really like the Goonies, and you think the Beast probably does too, but you think a little restraint is called for in this situation. AD, use your keys to kill the Beast. You squeeze the trigger of your tongue and get in for the creature with head. The Beast is unfazed. You are down to only 5% ammo, and you doubt the remainder of your bullets will finish off the encroaching monster. AD, get the fuck out of here! You run up the stairs into the safety of your window. 80, vomit up the key. You can't just vomit things up on command. That's ridiculous. On the other hand, when there's liquor in your system, that's a different story. 80, take a healthy swig of whiskey to restore some vim. Oh, well, okay, it's not whiskey, but you decide to open your shit of brandy and throw back the stiff belt. The alcohol has no effect on your vim characteristics, but it quickly maxes out your crude little imagination gauge. The room starts spinning. You'll need to duck into a safe place to expend the imagination fast. Quick, go into your fort. You are standing in your imaginary office. You can hardly believe how shitty your imagination is. 80, pick a poorly drawn gun. Oh god, he's standing on the piss puddle. You pick up the shitty gun. You'd be shocked if it worked at all. 80, head over to PI's place for an imaginary mixer. Problem Sleuth is already there, trying to get into the locked office. Knock fiercely on the door. You shatter the glass with your beefy fist. Look inside. Oh my god. It's Pickles' Inspector's imaginary office. He sure knows how to live it up. He got the broads in there. He got that really cool fucking funky music and everything. He uses his potent imagination powers to replace the broken door with one of solid steel. Problem Sleuth is gone. He probably went downstairs. Follow him. You find Problem Sleuth on the street. He is rounding up items scattered on the street and tying them to a magnetic tape. It looks like he brought down a large bag of candy corn from his office. He may have considered tying it to the window, to the tape, but it is too heavy to be hauled up through the window. It probably will need to be hauled up by something stronger, like a rope, perhaps one snug around a pulley. P.S. Send tape up with a hammer and foam part. You let go of the tape. It is reeled in through the window with its items. Unfortunately, the hammer catches on the window with Windows power cord and unplugs it. Next. Oh, a terrifying beast has appeared. You are both armed with imaginary weapons, ready for melee. P.S. Get that dog-walking gentleman to help you out. The gentleman appears to be brainless non-entity. AD, use half-dead body as a bait for the monster. Torso flail, battle technique. The beast gobbles the torso. He is temporarily placated by the red meat. AD and PS, fire at will! Your imaginary guns seem to be no more effective than the pea shooters. Its bullets barely manage to clear the barrel. The beast suffers minimal damage. Get closer to the beast and fire. You stand on the cinder block and take aim. You piece of shit gun jams and explodes. The beast takes significant damage. A-Stick loses an imaginary life. You look like you're dying. A-Stick has returned to the physical plane. You are feeling nauseous from the earlier boost to your imagination. You puke. Check on the imaginary battle. Problem Sleuth has been slain by the beast. You wake up from your imaginary boss battle with a very real hangover. You quickly drink some coffee to restore your vim. Plug window back in. Examine the loot tied to the tape. The recording device reeled in the phone receiver and the hammer. P.S. Put your phone back together. Finally, you can field some phone calls from flustered broads. You put the hammer in your inventory. Call P.I. with this newly assembled phone. You don't know Pickle Inspector's number, or if he even has a phone. Besides, your rotary dial appears to have strange symbols on it rather than numbers. You vaguely recall seeing some sequence of symbols, star, heart, horseshoe. However, you can't quite remember the symbol star, heart, horseshoe. You will need the piece of paper with star, heart, horseshoe written on it if you wish to remember the sequence of star, heart, horseshoe. Search through your vomit to find your keys. You pick up the small key. Check if the key works on the lock in the safe from AD. You unlock the lock and open the door. Powerful fumes waft into your nostrils. P.S. Use your hammer to pry boards off door and safe room. You pry at the boards with the hammer, but before you can pry any off, the door swings open, away from the boards. It seems the boards never actually served to obstruct the door in the first place. Holy fuck, I can breathe!
Oh, thank God, are we done? Oh, we're done. Okay. Goodbye.